So today I'm talking curriculum and specifically third grade curriculum. I feel like this is the year, that we're getting to the point where, mom is involved less and they're starting to be more independent because our reading skills are there. And I'm excited, but I'm nervous to see how it's gonna go. But let me show you my curriculum picks first. Hello, and like I said in the introduction, today we are talking curriculum. I have my third grader picks for the year 2021 to 2022. We are actually year-round homeschoolers, so actually, did I bring it with me? I did. We actually are already into third grade grammar and just about to finish up all of our second grade work. So I will be showing one thing that we're already working on, and we do have one class that we are going to just focus on this summer that I probably won't bring into the fall and the winter time. But yeah, I hope that you guys grab a nice cup of something delicious. I have my husband's mug here today with some matcha. And let's sit and talk my favorite stuff, curriculum. So I think it's gonna be maybe a separate video that I'll do on how I plan to integrate more. If you're hearing noises, my dog's walking, my cat's rubbing up on my phone that's being propped up on some books right now, so I apologize. But if our curriculum, I really want this third grade year for my daughter to kind of start gaining more independence and being a little more self-sufficient and taking her own initiative in completing her work. Right now it's still very, mom sits down with her, we focus, we are working together. Very few things does she want to just sit and do by herself. I've gotten to the point, obviously handwriting she can do by herself. Her grammar, with a little bit of help from me at the beginning, most of that worksheet she can finish by herself. And then her math worksheets, sometimes she does the actual worksheet portion of the math by herself. Sometimes she doesn't. So I want to get more towards her doing the math worksheet by herself and me checking it at the end versus her kind of needing that reassurance and guidance while she's doing it. So I will do another video on initiative and how we're gonna transition her into that. But like I said, it's gonna be an interesting year for third grade. The first curriculum I'm going to share with you is math. This is probably her favorite subject and mine. I really like the curriculum that we're using. It's actually not in print anymore. If you are familiar with The Good and the Beautiful, they in December or January announced that they were not going to be doing their Good and the Beautiful math as it is. They're launching a new program this summer called Good and the Beautiful Simply Math, and it's basically, I think, from what I understand, it's going to be like the curriculum they have now, but just pared down so that there's less story. There will still be stories. They're still going to have their math boxes, but the cost is going to be brought down. New curriculum is being released this summer for the Simply Good and the Beautiful. And what they did is they had closeout prices on their math. And we already know we liked this program. And it was working for us. The amount of time it took to do a lesson, really depending on each lesson, it's anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. And then there's a student worksheet. We almost never did the bonus worksheets. And I think what we're gonna do for this summer is utilize some of those second grade bonus worksheets and use them as kind of like our summer math during the summer. But we actually bought the third grade because we know we liked it. And then for Isabella, and then for Lewis, we went ahead and bought the first grade for him as well. So they will both be doing that, but I'll share more about Lewis's when we get to it. So that is third grade math. We love the Good and the Beautiful. You'll see a few other things from them. if you guys ever want a full video on them, let me know. The next thing is we're gonna move into kind of like language arts, grammar, reading, writing, all that. I call it language arts. I'm not sure what like the correct term is to call it all, but the first thing is a new curriculum for us. We had previously been using for spelling, the Catholic Heritage spelling worksheets, which I liked, but for us, it just wasn't quite working. Like the retention wasn't there. She could learn the words for the week and spell them, but then, you know, if I was to quiz her the next Friday, she wasn't getting it. And I wasn't quite sure how to like integrate that to, you know, she'd have like 15 spelling words to learn each week. And then occasionally, like every, you know, 5th or 6th week, there'd be a review, but it wasn't reviewing all the words. I just didn't feel like her retention was there. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos to see what I wanted to switch to, and we are switching to Spelling UC. This is not like a memorization week by week, learn the list kind of thing. This is more, I feel like kind of maybe integrating phonics and spelling, how it can actually like solidify in the child's head. And there are 5 different books. She tested at the 2nd book, so she's only 1 book above Lewis will be starting at. I feel like it will probably be easier for her, but I didn't want to start her too hard, especially with a new program. So we may end up skipping a couple weeks or something like that if she ends up kind of breezing through it and going to the next book, but we'll see. I'm super excited to try this. It's a little bit pricier, but I think it'll be worth it, especially if it makes it more tangible for her to retain. So that is spelling. With that, we have writing, working on her handwriting. She is actually switching to the Good and the Beautiful. We were using Catholic Heritage for that as well, which I really like their handwriting books. I have no complaints for them, but I don't think they introduce cursive until 4th grade, and she's been dying to start cursive. She's been asking me, when am I gonna learn? When am I gonna learn? So I went ahead and got the Good and the Beautiful's handwriting, and I really like the approach that they take. They use like a color-coded approach here so that you can like know which direction you head to next. So, and then they always have like a fun little, you know, bonus thing at the bottom of the page. So she will be doing that for handwriting. And then for reading, we have a couple different things that she's going to be doing. We have the little Catholic Heritage devotional readers. She's working on devotional stories for little folks, which is the first one, and this is the 2nd one. So she's just going to blend into this. These are the best. They are so cute. They you don't have anything to worry about when you're reading these. They bring in the faith life, and they always bring in like a moral lesson too, which is so sweet. But they like, so like you'll read like Living Examples is one of the stories, and it's the same family through these readers, so she gets like tied to the characters, which is really cute. But then it'll have like a quote from the Bible at the end that applied to what the story was about. So this one is, be imitators of God as beloved children, and walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us. Ephesians 5:1-2. So it has, you know, beautiful Bible verses that are tying into the story that they're reading. And then it gives you questions too, so you can kind of question your kid after they've read it. You know, are they retaining and remembering what they've read? So that's kind of nice too. So definitely highly recommend these readers. All of the readers we've done from Catholic Heritage have been fantastic, and I'll talk a little bit more about those for the 1st grade stuff for Lewis too. He'll have some as well. And then the next part is a reading comprehension. So in a few videos you'll see our shared studies we are doing. Our friends from, oh wait, that's this one. We're doing Tour a Country, and the Tour a Country is studying different countries throughout the US continents. Right now we are doing a continent study through Catholic Heritage. And the kids are really enjoying that. You'll see, if you've watched it, I'll tag here our like day in the life. I did a little blip on that study that we're doing. We were learning about Asia, but this is our friends from other lands, and it ties in some of those countries, and it has different stories in them. Let me see. I haven't looked through this one very much, I will admit. So this has Kizito, the royal page, and he's from Uganda. And so they read the story, and then at the end of the story, once you get there is a reading checklist. So words to know. So if they don't know the words, they can look it up in the dictionary, which we've been working on our dictionary skills this year. And then it has reading comprehension questions for them to answer. So this will be one that we're gonna get to that she can do on her own and find like a true assessment. And it'll be good because it'll be helping her write some more sentences, because we definitely need more sentence work. We're struggling in that department. And then our last for writing is the language of God for little folks. I love these from Catholic Heritage. They're not too, what's the word? Not focused. They're not too detailed. Like they give the kids just enough information, and from like the level A to level B, there was like a lot of review in the beginning, which was great. And then at the back, so you'll have a certain lesson. Let me see if I can find one that has it. Okay, so here. So this will tell you, you know, your subjects, and then one of two sentence parts. So then they go through and pick out the sentence parts, and then at the back it says turn to the appendix for different writing exercises. And it's not on every page, but they do just have different things. So sometimes it'll say, so this one this is her third grade one that she's already been working on. So it's like my journal page, and it'll ask a writing prompt, what's your favorite animal, and write about that. Or it has copy work and dictation, where she can pick either from her reader or from another book that she's reading on her own. And then she can copy a few of the sentences down, and then we'll go through and label the different parts of the sentence together. So this has been nice. It's very gentle. That's the word I was looking for, gentle. Which I really like. I just feel like at this stage, I don't want to overwhelm her with a lot of grammar. Grammar will come and it will be fine. So that's how I feel about grammar, which I'm sure if my parents watched this, or my dad specifically, who was a writer, would probably be like, add more writing in, Amanda. But for now, I'm okay with where we're at. So our next, we have a shared studies video that'll come out in a few videos from now, but we do most of our like catechesis religion classes together as a family. But she will be preparing to receive her first Holy Communion and confirmation next year, which is just crazy to me. She's getting so old, but I'm so excited for her. And so we have the Preparing to Receive Jesus from Catholic Heritage, which we did so it has both first reconciliation, and then it has confirmation and communion in here as well. So she did first reconciliation out of this year, and it was a great supplement to what we were already learning, because some of that ties in as well. The Faith and Life books tie in your first Holy Communion and reconciliation as well into the things that they're teaching. And then also she was obviously in our parish RE classes. And so this was like a nice kind of rounded it all out and condensed it for her, which was nice. And we actually there was like, I think for reconciliation, there was like 8 lessons. So we just did those like the 8 weeks prior to her reconciliation. So really just kind of honed in as we got closer to her first reconciliation date. So this we will use for confirmation and communion. And I'm just looking at the book. So they've got like part 1 is the Holy Mass, and then preparing our hearts to receive Jesus will be those parts. So I'm excited to do these. These are a little bit There's more lessons in this one, so we'll definitely have to start this sooner in the year, probably in the fall. I'll start in September and do probably just one a week, since she'll be doing a lot of other religious studies as well. And then another one that I'm going to be utilizing for gaining that independence, and this is not going to be something we'll use every day, but is a Catholic garden of puzzles. And this is just getting some of that creative thinking and like word problems and puzzles and things like that in here. So these are really cute because they have different puzzles. So, you know, I forget what the name of these are, but the words all scrambled and then you unscramble them. Word scramble? There you go. That's what it's called. So they have a lot of word scrambles. Then they have vowels that are taken out, putting the vowels back in. And I like that it is all based off of virtues and our Catholic faith, which is beautiful. So these will be like probably maybe once or twice a week here or there if I'm just like, Bella, you need to go do something, go work on your puzzles. And so she can pick a few puzzles to do that week. And the last thing that we have specifically for third grade, which for my first grader now will be watching as well, but I probably won't like hone in as much for Lewis, is Spanish for children. And Bella has been wanting to learn Spanish. I gave her an option of what language she wanted to learn. In Arizona, like, we can do pretty much whatever we want willy-nilly. There's no reporting, there's no I think like you have to teach, I think it says somewhere that you have to teach, you know, like the main core stuff, but it doesn't say you have to teach a specific language or anything like that. And there's no reporting. I keep track of everything we do, just because you never know. But besides saying, hey, we're homeschooling, there's nothing else that you have to report, which is nice, I think. It's a little less stressful for the parents here in Arizona. And hopefully that doesn't change. But this was recommended to me by one of my friends. She is a wonderful homeschooling mom, and she has 6 children, and I think her oldest is almost teenage years. So she knows when you get a recommendation from her, you know it's going to be pretty good. So comes with a DVD, because thank goodness, because I never took sign language, or I never took Spanish in high school or college. I took sign language. So comes with a DVD that does the lesson for you, and then there's a workbook that you can work through. And this is, I think, actually closer for 4th grade. So I don't know if we're going to do the workbook this year, and we'll just do the videos. We'll kind of start out and kind of feel it out and see how Bella does. But I think we'll probably do 2 or 3 lessons a week during the summer, just as kind of like our summer school program, because we do a lot less. We'll probably just do like history, math, and Spanish this summer, and take a break on everything else. So I feel like those ones are probably the ones we want to keep going so they don't forget where we're at. And then it comes with like a little 10-bot story guy, so you can read a story, and it's like half, not even half. It has certain words in Spanish for the kids to kind of try to understand as you read it. So mom's probably gonna have to watch the videos as well, because I won't know how to say anything. So maybe I'll be learning Spanish this summer too. So that is all for our curriculum for our 3rd grader. Thank you for sticking around and watching. If you have any questions on specific curriculum, let me know below. I would be happy to answer them. Or if you want to see something more of like an up close in detail, let me know too, because I'd be happy to make a video on that. And maybe I will do a video or something on how we do a Spanish lesson this summer. We'll see, just because it's so new to us and it's a little bit different with the videos guiding us. So I hope that everyone has a great day. Be sure to subscribe and like this video if you found it interesting, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye.